Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star Rail video, and today I want to be talking about the potential 2.7 reruns for the 5-star limited characters. So I have roughly 3 options that I do think will be rerunning, at least 2 of them, since I do not think they're going to be doing a triple rerun this update. So 2 out of these 3 options are my guesses, and 2 of them I'm more confident in, one other one potentially, so I will be going over my reasons with them as well. And yep, that's all I wanted to say. Before I get into the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the button for more videos like this. There's over 80% of you guys not subbed to the channel that watch this channel, so be sure to hit the sub button so you don't miss more videos like this. And yep, let's get straight into it. So starting it off with my first speculation slash guess, and that is going to be Jingwan. So now that we do know Star Rail is getting to the point where we can have double reruns, because originally we thought that was just not going to happen for a while, but as it has been shown, we've had Afgha's second rerun, we've had Topaz's second rerun, and also Daning's second rerun. It's safe to assume that we're going to be getting to the point where we're starting rerunning characters that have already reran. And Star Rail does often like to rerun characters that are good with each other somewhat, so like in some updates, for example, let's go with 2.3, with Firefly was Ruan Mei, who is loved to be on that team. Other cases like the triple rerun, you had Kafka and Black Spawn who are perfect together. You had Yunli in 2.4 that was with Fu Hu, which is her best sustain, and so on and so forth. So it's also safe to assume that Star Rail does like rerunning characters that are good synergy with each other, since it is a pretty safe bet that a lot of people will be going crazy for that, especially if both characters are desired. I'm not saying that's how they do it every time, as there are cases where sometimes the characters are completely unrelated or do not have synergy. For example, when Aventurine first came out, he was rerunning with Jinglu, and that's pretty anti-synergy because you want a healer on Jinglu's teams. Another example is the banners we just had, Rappa and Danheng. They have no synergy whatsoever. But it is still a safe assumption to have this sort of grouping, because at least recently, more often than not, that is kind of how it's been going. As we had the Feixiao banner that also had Robin in the triple rerun, we had Linksha and Topaz who actually work really well on a team together as well. Jiaoqiu and Sparkle technically on an Acheron team is really good. Obviously, dumb synergy together specifically is not there, but... And then as I mentioned, Yunli, Fu Hu, a bunch of them, there are a lot of times where the characters that are really good together are actually rerun together. So now with that out of the way, why do I think Jingwan is going to be a part of these banners? So not getting too into detail with it, but from what we do know about Sunday with the info going around, is that Sunday is going to be a character that is going to be buffing mainly summon characters, is going to be a universal buffer for crit DPSs, but mainly for the fact that summon DPSs are going to benefit more from him. And for the most part, right now, at least we don't really have any summon DPSs. The practical only one is Jingwan. Topaz too, but she's more of a sub-DPS, and then Linksha is more of a sustain. Can run as a DPS too with the shenanigans, but I'm not going to get into that. So Jingwan is going to be the prime character that's going to work really well with Sunday, and I already have videos on why I think Sunday is going to make Jingwan really good, since they have such good synergy together. So as Sunday is going to be able to be this buffer that's going to buff Jingwan and specifically his summon a lot, being the better buffer for characters like Jingwan as opposed to other characters that we already have that are not summon characters, which is most of the game as we're not in that meta yet. Jingwan is a more safe bet that you can think for that first half. And since it has been a while since Jingwan did a rerun for the first time, it is around the time where he could probably get a second one right now. So he is a safe candidate to assume, especially with the synergy that I mentioned he has with Sunday. Now, if it is in fact him, probably not the best character to summon on, as we do have some info on a character that's potentially going to be power creeping him. Unless you like him, of course, and obviously go crazy with that, but maybe not the craziest character to summon for. Again, he's going to be really good, but there's potentially going to be a character that's just going to be him but better. Obviously, that's just word going around, so I can't say for sure. But that's why I do think Jingwan is a safe bet to assume for one of the characters in 2.7. And now the next 2 characters I'm going to mention is going to tie towards the second character being Fugue or Tingyun. And the first one I want to say is Firefly. For similar reasons I mentioned with Sunday synergy with Jingwan, it's the same with Tingyun and Firefly and just break characters. As from what it seems that Tingyun is going to have some unique way of toughness, maybe not even being the best on the team, but still being good for potential team ideas you can use on their teams and some fun ideas, maybe open some team slots for you to run 2 different break teams. But just being an overall break related character is potentially going to have the synergy and reason to rerun another break character that's a DPS alongside Tingyun. And so when you think of break DPS, you think of Firefly first because of how popular she is. So it is a pretty safe choice to rerun Firefly in this slot for that synergy, which is a reason I do think that she's going to be out. And then the other character is obviously the other break DPS that I think is Boothill. Practically for the same reasons I did mention about Firefly. Boothill is the other limited main DPS for break, and he's probably also going to have some synergies with Tingyun as well, since most of Tingyun's synergies are going to be centered around some break shenanigans, especially with super break and such. Once again, probably not going to be the best in slots, so such as having Firefly's team probably remain the same with Harmony Trailblazer, Ruan Mei, and then Gallagher or Lingsha, and then Boothill having Ruan Mei, Gallagher, Lingsha, and then either Bronya or Harmony Trailblazer. That is probably still going to be better. Maybe on Boothill's case, it might actually be a case where Tingyun is a bit better for a super break related thing, but with the output we do know, Boothill with the Harmony Trailblazer can get some insane super rank numbers, but with Bronya you get more output, which can equate to more damage overall. But that does not change the fact that Boothill is a break DPS and is going to have a synergy when it comes to a super break related support. Because any break related support is most likely going to have synergy with these characters, and then so rerunning a break character with the new break support is going to be a pretty big way to get more people to summon. On top of that, Boothill, more opposed to Firefly, is in a slot to rerun, but Starro rerun slots are insanely weird. Some newer characters are rerunning really quickly. Just look at Robin, look how quick she ran. Look how fast Topaz got her second rerun. We still haven't even had the rerun of someone like Dr. Ratio yet. And so on and so on. So Boothill relatively in the spot where you could expect a rerun, and then Firefly is more on the recent side, but as we do know, Starro just likes to throw reruns out there. I could definitely see her being a rerun character for that exact reason of her being a break DPS, and then same with Boothill having the same reasonings. But I'm more on the side of Firefly because it's Firefly, let's be real, and a hype patch with Firefly that's going to be able to squeeze out more money, let's be real. So yeah, that's how I do kind of think about it. So for the first half, once again, I do think it's going to be Jingwan rerun with Sunday, as the summon synergy is going to be extremely apparent there, and Starro does like the synergy reruns as well, especially from recent. And then second half is going to be Fugue, Tingyun, with one of the two break DPSs, Firefly and Boothill, or sorry, Firefly or Boothill. I, again, am thinking more Firefly than Boothill, but still could be Boothill as opposed to Firefly. And I will say from what we have been seeing going around, it's most likely going to be Jingwan and Firefly, just saying. But for my own speculation, it's mainly because of the synergies and such, and especially from the begin slots that can be thrown in reruns, which is still hard to track because of Starro's very irregular pattern, but with them having more on a rerun time slot, and on top of that having good synergy with the new characters, I can definitely see these two being the characters to rerun, and then plus Boothill in case that does happen. So yeah, once again, my guesses and speculation is first half with Sunday being Jingwan, second half being probably Firefly with Tingyun or Boothill. And if that's been the video, let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to rerun? Once again, this is all speculation and my own guesses, and also some influenced decisions of info going around. So obviously, the actual results of the reruns could be very different. It could be someone we did not expect at all. Like, who the hell knows, bro? Maybe the reruns is going to be like first half Boothill, second half Jade or something, or another Luocha rerun or Jinglu rerun, kind of like that. We don't know. The best thing to do is to wait for the official stream to announce the official banners. But for speculation and some safe guesses and some info going around, that is what I do think. So once again, hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.